I want everyone to take a look behind me. Behind me are men and women who are sheriffs, chiefs, command staff for law enforcement agencies, not only in Metro Atlanta, but across the state of Georgia. I want you to let that sink in for a moment and look at who's here. There's too many to identify. But what I want you to know is we have their support. We all have their support. Paulding County was founded in 1832. In 1834, we had our first sheriff. Since 1834, we've never lost a deputy in the line of duty. Deputy Brandon Cunningham was our first deputy. I want to thank all the elected officials, all the sheriffs and chiefs, and all of the citizens who came out. This is overwhelming. We're going to go over a few things. I'll allow you some questions at the end, so if you will, just hold your questions. We've got several people that have things to say today, so if you'll just bear with us, we'll get to your questions in just a moment. So first and foremost, I'm going to go over the basic incident of what took place. This past Saturday, the Paulding County Sheriff's Office world changed forever. At about 6:13 p.m., Deputy Brandon Cunningham and his partner responded to a domestic dispute. As we all know in law enforcement, there are no calls that are routine. They responded to the home. They did everything as if they should have, according to our training, our policy, and when they got there, they were met with evil. When Deputy Cunningham got out of his vehicle, within 8 seconds of his arrival, he was gunned down. He never had a shot. He never had an opportunity to do anything. What happened to Brandon that day was pure evil. Brandon was shot, he was down, he was mortally wounded, what we later found out. In the midst of that, the female party to the domestic dispute, which they were responding to, was also shot. His partner, one of our other deputies, it's by the grace of God that he was not shot. The shooter was shooting from an elevated position inside the home with a rifle. The shooter had every advantage in the world. As the other deputies responded to the scene, they were met with gunfire. From what we're being told and what we've been able to discover as a result of looking at other evidence and videos, is that they were met with a hail of gunfire. Other deputies were pinned down. They could not get to Deputy Cunningham. His partner couldn't get to him. Deputies responded with our Bearcat armored vehicle and formulated a quick response team to go and rescue Deputy Cunningham. They went to the scene. They were able to position the Bearcat where they could get him and take him to an awaiting ambulance. They took him to Paulding Wellstar Hospital, where medical professionals attempted to save his life, but that did not work. Brandon passed away at the hospital. Multiple SWAT teams from all over the metro area came out to assist us, and after a very long time of working with our SWAT team and other SWAT teams using our Bearcats, robots, drones, and other equipment, we were able to determine that the shooter had died as a result of what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The shooter is James Samuel Atkins. He's a white male, 42 years of age. His wife, who is the female victim in this situation, is Kim Vu, 52 years of age. She is still in the hospital recovering from her gunshot wound. There were only 2 individuals shot in this incident. I know there was some misinformation. Our deputy, Deputy Cunningham, and Miss Vu. Those were the only 2 individuals other than the shooter. The shooter took his own life. But the 2 innocent people were our deputy and the female victim. Once the scene was clear, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, actually they were already on the scene, they responded to assist, but they are conducting the investigation into the incident. We've got Special Agent in Charge Joe Montgomery, who's going to come up in just a moment. He's going to talk about the GBI's perspective of the case. That's the basic overview of the situation that occurred. If you have any questions, we'll deal with those in just a moment.